KC, Buffalo, the Steelers, the Jets, Green Bay. We got a lot of people. Washington Commanders are now in the mix as well. According to a lot of people, we'll see if Adam Peters wants to go there. Tyreek Hill rumors. This is coming from CT ESPN, so take it with a grain of salt. The guy blocked me because I don't know why. I thought we were good. I thought AB and I were good. He was going to come on the show. I wouldn't pay him, so he blocked me. But I'm still going to report CT ESPN because it's a near respectable network dropping some decent predictions here and there. Hit that thumb up button on the way in the door. On the road to 30K, you can see in the top corner of the screen. On the road to 30K, we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. You can be the difference maker. You can see that your subscribe is the thing that's going to kick us over to the 30K mark. So road to 30K show. I think we landed on this show right here. I think we do. Davante Adams, where does he end up? McCaffrey, how long has Shanahan known about this? There we go. How long has Shanahan known about this bilateral Achilles tendonitis in Christian McCaffrey's Achilles? Is this guy responsible for a lot of fantasy football downfalls by not revealing this information? How long was this out there? Davante Adams, Jets, Washington Commanders, Tyreek Hill, more news. Garrett Wilson's upset. The Fantasy Football Show 8 p.m. edition show. The Hitting 30K subscribers show. Live breaking news show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
Davante Adams, quite arguably, in a new uniform already. It's just a matter of which one. A lot of people saying that he will never play another snap in a Las Vegas Raider uniform again. A lot of speculation. There's not a lot of evidence on this one, but there's a lot of speculation that some of the press conference podium talk that Antonio Pierce has done lately, talking about business and we're going to act on business or something. If you watch that press conference, I don't know. There's a lot of people speculating that there's a beef here. There's something really, really deep-rooted, aggression, anger, tired of being optimistic is what we're hearing. He's tired of being optimistic about a situation. Now, you got to look in the mirror, though, Davante Adams, because you chose a lot of this. You're the one that wanted to go away from Aaron Rodgers.
You're right.
Garrett Wilson and the boys.
You're right.
Rodgers has new toys.
Come on, man. Pick up.
Please leave your message after the tone.
Hey man, it's Davante Adams again. Call me back, bro.
In your eyes, the light that hit your eyes. Incomplete, your lies.
So, we can say till we're blue in the face that Adams, should have known that Derek Carr wasn't going to last or be as good as everybody said he'd be. He's been pretty good this year, but does he want to go back to Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints? He probably does. This is a guy that chose to go play with Derek Carr over Aaron Rodgers. This is one of those diva wide receiver moments where the diva wide receiver says, I don't need this guy. Diggs, I don't need Buffalo Bill Josh Allen. Diggs is clearly never going to be the same as he once was. Thanks for the subscribe. We're almost at 30K. Hit that subscribe button. A lot of you have not subscribed, but you watch every day, and I appreciate you regardless. But if you subscribe, it really helps the channel, and I promise you it'll help you because you can hit that bell notification, turn on the alerts, and let's roll. If I had to guess where Davante Adams, who's very displeased, he went on Kay Adams earlier today, or it was yesterday and posted today, where Kay Adams said, hey, when Antonio Pierce, and this all stemmed from this tweet, when Antonio Pierce liked that tweet, he liked a tweet that had Davante Adams getting traded. Antonio Pierce allegedly liked a tweet that had Davante Adams getting traded. Kay Adams said, did he call you? Did he say sorry? Did he explain himself? And Davante Adams said, I haven't heard from anybody. I haven't heard from anybody. And Kay Adams goes, I just don't know. Wouldn't you? And she was baffled. She's like, wouldn't you say, hey, I accidentally liked it, I unliked it, just want to let you know up front? No, he didn't get a call. Pierce and him are not where they need to be. This man supported Pierce. Again, another bad decision by Davante Adams. He obviously doesn't really have good decision-making capabilities. Let's just put it out there. Adams wants to leave Aaron Rodgers, wants to play with Derek Carr, has an opportunity to leave after Derek Carr leaves. He decides he'll stick it out. He supports Antonio Pierce. He says Antonio Pierce is our guy. Antonio Pierce is a worse decision maker than Davante Adams. We're 10 subscribes away from 30K. Your boy's gonna get the I'm gonna get the 0 and the 3 ready, because we're putting the 30K up on the board behind me as soon as it drops like it's hot. Okay, we are literally 10 subscribes away. I better get this board cooking and ready. Where's my 0? Tell me I have a 0. Tell me I'm prepared for this moment. There it is. 3 zeros ready to go. I'll change that behind me. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Adams is an absolute enigma right now in fantasy football. You don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, where he's going to go, what the situation's going to look like. No one does. We're sitting here in a moment in time where we could potentially see Davante Adams go up tremendously in value, or go down in value, or stay the same. We don't know. We're not sure what's in store for this situation. He's a decent buy low. He's a decent go after and get in fantasy right now before he lands somewhere where he gets improved value. Now, let me say this for record. KC, tremendous value. Like maybe top 10, top 7 to 10. Let's be careful. Top 7 to 12 wide receiver production. Buffalo, top 6 to 10, 6 to 12 wide receiver production. Steelers, probably the only reason I'd say upgrade is because at least he would maybe have like a glimpse of happiness trying to win a championship, and he stays on the field. The Rams, not great because Puka and be good short term potentially, but Puka and Kupp will be there on the field sooner than later. I'm not saying it's horrible. It's better than being in a Raiders uniform and wasting away. The Jets, I think it would be okay. I don't know if it would be the most ideal scenario, but it would be better than sitting stagnant, dormant in a Raiders uniform, wanting to sit out the remainder of the season. The Jets are an unbelievable way out for him emotionally, but I don't know about statistically. Green Bay, it could be pretty good. It could be pretty good in Green Bay. Let's just say that. Dallas Cowboys, it would be interesting, and there's certainly room. New Orleans Saints, Derek Carr, that could be disastrous. What if Derek Carr is no longer available again? Why are you going to chase down that road? We'll get to that in a minute. We've got Tyreek Hill, absolutely rumorville right here. Complete rumorville. Hit that subscribe button. We're 10 away from 30K. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is pure speculation, but it is an interesting situation. The Chiefs might quite possibly be interested in bringing in a wide receiver. They also might not be. This is the kind of team that does things their own way. Veach, amazing talent scout. Absolutely amazing. But what will Veach do? Veach is amazing at acquiring talent. He's amazing at scouting talent. Do they do something like this mid-season? Is this total speculation? This comes from CT ESPN, I might remind you. So we don't know what in the hell we're looking at with that. 991, 9 more subscribers. Do it. Hit it live. I'm going to say this is bogus here. I don't think there's any way this happens. But if it did, I'd be ecstatic. It would be one of those crazy stories too, where he heads back home. That would be unbelievable. It would be unbelievable. For anybody that missed this piece of news, Davante Adams informed the team that he preferred to be traded. And that's happening. It's happening. It's a matter of when, not if. Garrett Wilson, this piece of news dropped earlier today. He's frustrated with the offense. So are we, Garrett. So are we. And dare I say, this is not a bust. We're not wrong about the talent. We're wrong about the situation. I don't know if it changes. I have no idea if it changes. If it does, then great. If it doesn't, I don't know what to tell anybody, because selling him is hard. Buying him is risky. Holding him is probably the only right move to make. So hold him if you got him. Sell him high or medium high if you can even remotely come close to doing so. Package deals are the way to go on that. Buy low. It's kind of an interesting proposition to buy low on Garrett Wilson. I don't mind buying low on Garrett Wilson. Hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 30K. Garrett Wilson. What do we do with Garrett Wilson? Toss out some Garrett Wilson interesting trade ideas. Maybe a quarterback upgrade. Maybe you go and get a player like ETN. You take a gamble. Maybe ETN lost his job. Maybe loses his job. Maybe he lost his job. James Cook. Maybe you go get Laporta using Garrett Wilson. You know, we had a dynasty question from somebody. I forget who it was. It was McBride for Garrett Wilson in dynasty. What do you guys think of that? My initial reaction was don't sell low on Garrett Wilson. But if right now he has the best quarterback situation he's ever had and might ever have, and they can't do it, what's in store for Garrett Wilson with a lesser quarterback? What happens if Aaron Rodgers can't give it a go next year? Is McBride a better answer than Garrett Wilson in dynasty? Drop your comment in the chat. I'd really like to help that guy. We need 8 more subscribers. So we got Tyreek Hill, McCaffrey. This piece of news is driving me nuts. I think a lot of us are in the same boat on this one. A lot of us feel like we got screwed. Now, not a lot of people on this channel. We've kind of made out on it because we've been big Jordan Mason guys. I mean, Jordan Mason is salvaging a lot of some of the bad that's going on for people that have lost Debo, Cooper Kupp, have had Bijan busting, all that. We got, what are we at? What are we at? 94, 6 more subscribers, and we're at 30K. Do it live. Do it live. McCaffrey confirmed. This is Raj's post, by the way. Kyle Shanahan confirmed that running back Christian McCaffrey has experienced bilateral Achilles tendonitis for some time, but that the condition is more concentrated in one leg than the other. So it does appear that one leg is worse than the other leg. But this is crazy because how long did he know? How long did the team know? How long did they hold this back from the media? How long could fantasy football worlds that were considering drafting this guy when he had a calf injury, when they called it a calf injury, they knew it was a calf/Achilles. They weren't specific until the very 11th hour of the NFL season kicking off when he was maybe going to play. Kyle Shanahan and the Niners definitely concealed some of this information, if you ask me, in my opinion. This is an absolute travesty, but this was kind of why we didn't want to go near him, because older running backs are just going to have problems. You're going to miss at times. You're going to be down on a guy, and then he does it. He's going to have one good year left. That's why I said probably take him in one league, but not more than one league. Grab Jordan Mason, grab Jordan Mason and Garendo. Make sure you have the cuffing situation down, which is a absolute must. Mason, Garendo, McCaffrey. But also, we have these other cuffing situations. This one might change to Ronnie Rivers and Corum. Long term, it probably is Corum, but short term is Rivers. And you almost have to have both of them in some ways to protect this situation appropriately. Because if you think you can escape knowing what's going to change later, trying to call this thing from the jump and say, oh, I don't think it changes at all, then you're going to get screwed if you need Corum in week 14 when he becomes the backup or does become the backup versus if Kyron missed tomorrow's game, or next week's game, and then all of a sudden Rivers goes in and plays one game. So that is definitely a trio you need to have, just as this was a trio you need to have. This is a trio. These situations, 3 of the 5 top 5 cuffing situations are literally a trio. And that's hard for people to stomach because no one wants to spend 3 roster spots on one. But when you look at how important these players are, McCaffrey, top 5, Achane, top 5, Kyron, top 5, and Hall, definitely need to cuff this situation. But these are important situations that require you sacrificing the, going in the direction of abnormal with roster construction to make sure you guarantee yourself that sort of value. Look at this. 2 more subscribers. 2 more subscribers, ladies and gentlemen, and we're at 30K. 2 more, we hit 30K. Hit the button. Be a part of history. Be the person that hits the button and sends this into 30K territory. Do it live. Do it live. Do it live. 1 more. Who's doing it? Who's doing it? Who's punching it? Who's punching the ticket? Who's sending us to 30K land? There it is. There it is. There it is.
Let him cook.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 30K. 3020. Look at 30,021. Look at this. Look at this. Look at us go. Boom. Boom. Appreciate you all. You guys all rock. Congratulations to all of you because I work for you. We're at 30,027. Unbelievable. Unbelievable wild ride. I appreciate every single one of you. Batch says, are you not friends with Raj anymore? If I was not friends with Raj anymore, why would I put Raj's content on my screen? Of course I'm friends with Raj. What kind of question is that? Do you still talk to your dad or your mom or your brother? I mean, what gives you the right to question my relationship with Raj? All these rumors. We're going to get to super chats, but first I want to go to the phone lines and give you guys a chance to discuss. Please, only Davante Adams questions, only Christian McCaffrey questions, only Garrett Wilson questions. Those are the real big pieces of news here today. Garrett Wilson upset, Davante Adams on the move, and or Tyreek Hill if you wanted to go that route, or wide receiver, KC wide receiver situation. Phone lines are open for those topics only.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
I may dump the phone line very quickly because your boy has super chats to get to, but I would be glad to have a quick conversation with all of you, some of you, before I jump to super chats. So phone lines are open. Dial in, and we'll handle that first and foremost. I know we do a lot of super chats on here. We will continue to, but I definitely want to make sure we hit the phone lines here and there. 803 caller, what's your name and where are you calling from? You're live.
Keith, South Carolina.
Keith from South Carolina. Hit me with it, Keith.
Quick question about a trade. So I was offered Mark Andrews, Josh Downs, and Josh Jacobs for Brian Robinson Jr., TJ Hawkinson, and Jacoby Myers. What do you think about that?
Is Adams in this trade?
No, he's not.
Is
It's Jacoby
Tyreek Hill in
Myers.
this trade?
It's
Is Garrett Wilson in this trade?
no.
Finish him. Call terminated.
I'm going to give you this one. But those are strict instructions. Were to not selfishly call in about your team right now. We're talking about these guys. But what was your name again and where you calling from? I'll help you one time here. What was your name again, bro?
Keith, I'm sorry. I just tuned in. I just got back home. My bad.
No, you're all right, bro. Yeah. Look, getting hung up on is. I'm still gonna hang up on you at the end. Is that okay? Just to be fair. Name your trade one more time.
So I would be giving up Jacoby Myers, T.J. Hawkinson, and Brian Robinson Jr. And I'll be getting Jacobs, Mark Andrews, and Josh Downs.
So Jacobs, so T.J. Hawkinson, Myers, and who was the other one? T.J. Hawkinson, Myers, and
Brian Robinson.
Brian Robinson. That's tough. I mean, I'd probably rather look. Brian Robinson Jr. is safer than Jacobs right now. Guys, would we rather have Brian Robinson Jr. in that exciting Washington Commander offense, or Jacobs in an exciting Green Bay offense, but feels like maybe he's slipping a little bit in value, losing a little ground? The chat's saying no way. I got one Jacobs vote, got another Jacobs vote, got another Jacobs vote, got a bunch of no's, got a B-Rob.
I won't take up too much of your time. I do apologize.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You got.
I understand. Yeah.
No. It's all right, bro. I halfway kidding, halfway not. What do you think? Where's Adams go? Let's save you. That way you'll get hung up on. Where's Adams going?
Well, that's the reason. I don't think he's not going to trade. I don't think Myers is that good. So this guy really wants Myers. He thinks Adams is going to be gone. So why not use the opportunity? Technically,
Myers is correlated to this, so I think you're safe. You don't think he's getting traded, really? Why don't you think he's getting traded? All this drama.
He might get traded, but I just don't think Myers is that alpha. That
I agree. Myers wasn't swaying me. This question was about B-Rob versus Jacobs to me. Myers, as you noticed, I didn't mention Myers' name really. I think I'd go with B-Rob for safety right now. He's pretty good, bro. This offense is pretty good. All right, Keith, call back anytime, bro. I appreciate you. Fitzy, you're live.
For context, I traded B-Rob for James Conner last week, and I feel fine for that.
That could go either way too. But what are you thinking about? What's going on? What's on your mind with this?
With Davante Adams.
Tyreek Hill, Garrett Wilson.
I feel like he might go to the Chiefs.
Yeah, that could be. That's the most ideal scenario for sure.
I mean, I really don't want him to go to the Chiefs because I have a lot of Xavier Worthy in every league I have. So
Mark Cleveland with a 20. Hold on 1 second, bro. Hang tight real quick. Just mute yourself real quick, guys, on the phone line. Let me hit these high dollar haulers here. Mark Cleveland says, great show. Thank you, Smitty. Or great show, Smitty. Thank you. Appreciate that. This one here from Gabe. Mark Cleveland, appreciate that. I'm going to send Mark Cleveland to Mars.
To Mars.
This one here from Gabe. 12-team half PPR QBs, Fields, Darnold, Gibbs, Eckler, Benson, Corum, Steele, Foreman, Chase, Waddle, Puka, Trey Tucker, Pitts, emptying the fab to get Hunt. I don't mind that. I'd rather get Hunt. I'd send it all for Hunt. I don't mind you sending it all for Wicks as well, but Hunt feels like he's got the last amount of, I don't want to say win a league potential, but look, Steele had kind of league winning potential, but it didn't work out. He fumbled the ball, couldn't hang on to the ball. Lionheart got captured by the local game and fishing game. He won't be released ever again, I don't think. So we're here. We're here ready for a potential savior in Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt could be that guy. He's in a potent offense. They might use the hell out of him. So I definitely unleash a whole fab amount on him. As far as a trade, I'm trying to trade Waddle and maybe the problem is, bro, what do? You don't have another RB2. You don't have anybody. You have to full load drop on Hunt. I don't think you trade Chase yet, but maybe next week if things don't look bright and Chase has another big game or you explore it now, can you get an MHJ and a big name running back? Can you get a Bijan and a big name wide receiver? Go try to look at those, kick the tires, and bring that back to me, and we'll figure it out. $50 hauler from Styles going to Mars.
Too much.
Appreciate you, Styles. Got Rice, Olave, Bijan, Mason, Kittle, and Monty bench worthy. He wants my Mason and Adams. Should I trade him for anyone on his team? He wants my Mason. Should I trade for anyone on his team? Okay, so let's see here. Got Rice, Grenda Swift, Adams. Opponent has. There it goes. MHJ, Deontay Johnson, Connor, Etienne, Tyreek, Dobbins, Mark Andrews. So he wants Mason and Adams. I don't think you can come up with anything 2 for 2 on this team. Because you could get MHJ, his second best player. Tyreek and MHJ for Mason and Adams. I guess you could argue that's not horrible. It could go either way, honestly. If Adams goes to KC, then the Mason Adams side crushes. If Christian McCaffrey comes back and is kind of in the way, he will not be the same guy. But if he's getting 50% of the workload for like weeks 10 on or 12 on or something like that, it could put a damper on Mason's value for sure. So like, would you rather have MHJ and Hill? And Hill's going to get back on his horse, hopefully. Guys, do we like Hill and MHJ, or do we like Mason and Adams? That's the only trade you can do. If he wants to give you Swift and one of them, you have Worthy. Opponent. Yeah, that's all I like, bro. And honestly, I'd rather just trade Adams for MHJ. MHJ side. Go get MHJ and Hill. That's a good one, Styles. That's a pretty good trade. And then this $20 hauler from Gabe. Appreciate Gabe. Did I just do this one? Team Happy Pair. Fields, Darnold, Gibbs, Eckler, Benson. Yeah, this is the one I just did. Empty your fab on Hunt, bro. Do it live. All right, let me go back to the phone lines. Fitzy, did I finish with you? Did you have another question or comment? Or did you not talk yet?
Hey. Yeah, I was going to ask you a question. Would you trade Walker and Puka for Bijan and Lazard?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I'd rather have Walker and Puka when he comes back.
I feel like I am a little bit scared of like Sharps though. Like I feel like he's gonna take away from Walker.
Why? Unless Walker goes down. Unless Walker goes down, bro, you just got proof that Walker's the guy no matter what. Sharps was tearing it up. If Sharps didn't do it, Sharps was gonna do in that mindset, right? You're scared that he would have done it in that game, bro. Walker's a terror. And if Walker goes down, he's very injury prone, then you're fine. Because you know what Sharps is capable of doing. I wouldn't be worried about
that. Well, I say that because I'm just looking at the touches. Like I think Sharps got a decent amount of touches.
Bro, you gotta watch the game. I don't think you were watching the game. Your box score.
No, I watched the game. Walker was very efficient.
If you watch the game, then you know that Sharps got a bunch of work at the end of the game. A lot of his carries and catches and everything came at the very end of the game when there's nothing for, I'm not saying like it was in blowout mode. I'm not saying it, but like this is like at the very end of the game, Walker he got so much of the work the entire game. He was exhausted. I wouldn't be worried about it, bro. I wouldn't be worried about it at all. Through the entire game,
I'm not worried about
meat and potatoes of the entire game, it was Walker. All the touchdown opportunities. Yeah, I'm not concerned at all. All right, bro.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. Check the chat. See what the chat voted, and see if they made any comments that sway even you or me away from it. I don't know. Maybe the chat. Yeah. The chat sometimes makes good points, and I even read it later, and I'm like, that was a good point. I wish I would have read that, but. Right. I don't think anybody's convincing me not to take Walker and Puka, especially Puka. Probably won't be back for another month, but Puka and Walker, that's pretty solid, man. Bijan is not showing what he needs to show us right now, and the bottom line is, even if he does start to play well, will he play as well as Walker? If so, we'll take it. Walker was a machine last night, bro. That one play where Walker got flipped and then flipped back over was the most unreal play I've ever seen. This guy's a space monster. And
when you say he reminds me of Barry Sanders, like, you're not wrong.
Yeah. All right, bro.
He really is different.
All right, appreciate you.
We'll talk to you
later. Let's go. Again, guys, keep it on point. Donnie Bravo, you're live.
Hey, Smitty. So I just sent this offer. Wanted to see if you agree with it.
Finish him.
I am trading away Josh Allen, ETN,
Call terminate.
Garrett Wilson, and Brian Thomas.
Garrett Wilson's in this. Go ahead. Say it one more time. I was about to hang up on you. I was about to hang up on you because the calls are all about Adams, the trades, all the stuff on the news today. But Garrett Wilson's in the news, so you're skating. You're skating by.
I know.
You're skating by.
Garrett Wilson. I was like, yep. This is
Okay. Go ahead. Give me the trade one more time.
No problem. Josh Allen, ETN, Garrett Wilson, and Brian Thomas Jr. for Jalen Hurts, Bijan, and MHJ.
Bijan, MHJ. Allen, ETN, BT, Garrett Wilson. Okay, so here's the thing. I love Josh Allen. I want him more than Hurts by kind of a lot right now, but I think Hurts is going to be very good. So there's a nice little upgrade there between Allen on this side of it versus Hurts. But dare I say, I'm scared to death of this. I'll trade for ETN, but I'm scared to death that he's going to be worth nothing. I'm scared to death that Garrett Wilson's going to be worth pretty much nothing. He's a rookie. BT will be up and down as much as he looks good right now. He will be up and down. Give me Hurts, give me Bijan, give me MHJ. All of these guys have the ability to be top 5 at their position going forward. In a go forward mode, I'm taking these 3 right here. This is a very disappointing. This is a very disappointing filled side other than Josh Allen. It feels very, very. Not that Bijan doesn't, but I still think Bijan. We got to be careful not to overreact on Bijan's situation. All right, appreciate you, Donnie. We had the other callers drop off because they knew they were going to get hung up on, I think. Terrell, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? How you doing, man?
I'm good. What can I do for you?
So, good. So, are you hanging up on people who talk about people in the news, or can I just say like a random guy?
Finish him.
Hello?
Call terminated.
The instructions are very easy. Call in about the Davante Adams situation. Call in about the Tyreek Hill situation. Call in about Garrett Wilson being upset. This is not a time to be selfish. Ramos, you're live.
Smitty, I got Davante Adams trade questions for you.
Okay, but if it's just about your fantasy team, it's not necessarily on the topic at hand, really. It's still selfish. But go ahead. I'll take this one call.
I just got off the phone with the Davante Adams owner. I have 4 RBs, 1 city. He can either take A-Chain, Bijan, Kyron, but he doesn't want Jordan Mason. So out of those 3, should I do it? I just lost Rice, and he'd be my wide receiver.
You want to trade Bijan, Kyron, or Achane for Adams?
Is that too much?
For Adams?
That's too much.
Finish him. Call terminated.
That's worse than calling in about some topic not related to Adams. That's worse. That's worse. Salty.
What's up?
You're live.
I think Davante Adams will be a Jet by the end of the week.
There we go. So, see, this is a Moon Man. This is a Moon Man extraordinaire. He knows how to dial into the phone line. He's an absolute veteran. By the end of the day,
week by Sunday.
End of the week. Okay, end of the week. I heard day. End of the week. Okay, I hear you. Look, this is something Aaron Rodgers wants, and it seems like Aaron Rodgers is the coach. He tells Salah what to do. You know, Salah wanted to hug him. Aaron Rodgers said, "Not now. Go work on an Adams trade. Stop trying to hug me. Go work. Hug me when Adams Don't try and hug me. Where's Adams? That's what he was saying. You know, when we slowed it down, I was like, what did he say? Salah goes to hug him, and he shoves him, and he goes, and if you read his lips, he goes, get Adams! Yo, don't touch me until you have Adams. All right, we'll see. We'll see, Salty. I think it's definitely in the cards.
Yeah, I feel pretty strongly about it. I was telling my friends that I thought he was going to be a Jet really soon.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know that I love it for fantasy. I mean, it's better than being stagnant or faking injury in LV. I definitely agree. But it hurts Garrett Wilson. But then you think to yourself, what's it hurting? Garrett Wilson's not doing anything. Maybe Garrett Wilson will.
I got to run. I might go over to
Don't mean to keep you. Later. You what happened? What happened? What do you say? Steven from Iowa. Steven, go ahead. You're live.
What's up, Smitty? Thanks for answering the call. Congratulations first on the 30K. That's huge, man. Been watching you for a couple of years now, so
Thanks,
that's big work for you. About the Davante Adams situation, man. I know a lot of people probably don't think the Chiefs are going to push for him hard, and the Raiders won't make a move with that because it's an in-division rival. But personally, man, I mean, I do possibly see a chance of him going to the Jets, but this Jets rumor and trade has been talked about, before the season even started. So I think if we would have seen him go to the Jets, we probably would have seen that a little bit sooner.
Let me interrupt you there and just say I don't think that's a good way to look at this thing, because the Raiders only wanted to do this if things were getting out of hand. They wanted to try and win. So I don't agree with that. I think that it very much tells you that they're a team that's in the conversation when the Raiders are ready to jump. So like when I broke this down in the offseason, when the rumors of Aaron Rodgers saying, I want to play with him again, when Aaron Rodgers said that on the golf course, I came live, broke it, talked about it. And my thinking there was like, look, nothing's going to happen. 0% it's going to happen early. It's going to be when the Raiders prove that they can't win this year. Then they have to get rid of him because A, Adams will be upset that he's losing again. If they're losing, that means he's not getting the football. So he'll be even more annoyed. All of which is happening. And when the Raiders get out of contention in their mind, they finally accept that they're garbage for this year, that they realize that they're going to get nothing for Adams and he'll age out on the roster and they can go get something like a second-round pick. So I don't agree with that. I do feel like you're right in that KC is going to be more involved than we think. I just don't know if they're almost like oblivious to what the situation is in KC. They're almost like, we'll figure it out. We'll always work with what we got. It's kind of a wild mentality, but they do it. They're 4-0. I don't think anybody can be critical of what KC's doing. They figure it out. And they still have as much talent as 80% of the rosters in the National Football League. Like when you really break it down, Kelsey isn't playing quite to the level we want him to play. And he does look a little bit slow rounding corners, but I still think that Mahomes can get him the ball in crazy ways, that he could still be a top 4, top 5 tight end going forward, especially with the new volume that he's going to be handed. Worthy to me has the capability of being the number 1 wide receiver in KC without any hesitation. It's just a matter of who's the 2, how they spread the ball around after that. But the bottom line is Worthy and Kelsey and Kareem Hunt alone is as good as 80% of the weapons that a lot of other teams have. You look at Josh Allen with Cook and Kincaid, and then he's got this plethora of wide receivers he's working with. There are a lot of teams that don't have this crazy amount surplus of wide receivers. Not everybody has Ayuk and Debo and has Mason or had McCaffrey. Not everybody's got Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley. There are a few teams that have that. But I do think that when you're competing with those super teams and you are the KC Chiefs and you have been a little off kilter, it would not hurt to mix it up a little bit and go after a Davante Adams or a T. Higgins. I agree with you. I think this becomes a conversation. I just hope Veach wants to make this move. He's a very good talent acquisition and scout artist, and I think that he will consider it. I think T. Higgins is a little bit more attractive, though, because he's got more long-term value or whatever. But Adams would be a nice shot of adrenaline for this KC Chief team. And honestly, I think
that will
go ahead.
Bring them. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just think that'll bring them back up, man. Bring their energy back into the thing. I mean, kind of a little lackadaisical for the Chiefs. They're getting wins. But, you know, the thing with Adams is if he does go to the Jets, obviously he wants to play with Rodgers. I get that. They play together. But he's also going to be contending for a lot more players that he's going to have to compete with versus on the Chiefs, I think. And also, if I am the GM for the Chiefs, they're on the brink of creating history here, you know, doing something that has never been done with a three-peat. So if I'm him, I'm doing everything I can to not let that window of opportunity
Yeah,
close.
but keep in mind, Adams only has so much so much say here. In fact, Adams has really no say. It's not like he's signing some big fat extension when this trade gets executed, where he has a little bit of pull to say, if you trade for me, I'm not signing my long-term deal. That was what Ayuk could do. Ayuk definitely had some leverage. Clearly, everyone said Ayuk had no leverage. Yeah, he did, and I said it all offseason. His leverage is that he could say, I'm not signing a contract, and then teams gonna be like, well, we're not trading for you then. Total leverage. He shot down the Patriot deal, Ayuk. He shot down the Browns deal. That Browns deal was as good as done.
That was crazy.
The Niners were going to get Amari Cooper. And Ayuk's like, I don't want to do it. And they're like, oh, my God, bro. And so the Niners were so fed up with him. Ayuk's been a disaster. What a waste of money right now. Maybe it changes, but what a waste of money right now. But Adams doesn't have any sort of, ability to say where he wants to go. He's at odds with the organization, clearly. So they're not going to be doing him any favors. Let's do Adams a solid, you know. And it's not like they've been together that long. Adams is going to go wherever they send him. But I think Adams will take any one of these scenarios on the board here. KC, the Jets, the Steelers. I think he looks at all these and says, I could win a championship with any one of these teams. Buffalo Bills. So I think he's more about the ring. I don't think he cares about the volume either. All right, I got to go, bro. Appreciate you. Kevin, you're live.
Yes, peace out, Smitty.
Hey, what's going on, Smitty?
Yeah.
So here's the question that I have. I'm saying what factors. He's still got a $25 million a year contract. So how does that factor in with where he goes? The Chiefs only have $4 or $5 million in cap space, and how does that affect his landing spot?
Yeah, I mean, you could do restructures and sign guys to deals, but he's essentially on what is considered to be a 1-year deal, the way that his contract is written. So it's basically 1 year left on the deal. So it's not a big deal. It's not. It's it's going to take some moving around. Every team's different financially right now. I don't have all of the cap space in front of me, to be honest with you, but it would be fine. It would work. They'd figure it out. The cap's fake to an extent. We've seen teams be well over the cap, and they sign a guy to a $45 million deal, and you're like, wait a minute, I thought they were over the cap. There's all kinds of deadlines and ways to move things around, and trading for someone mid-season. What's that mean for the actual cap number, the dead cap number involved on the other side? There's so much to it. You have to be literally an accountant to understand the ins and outs, especially with every contract being different too. There's a lot to it. There's basically, when it comes down to it and it gets serious, we'll probably have more numbers to go over with that kind of stuff. But right now, I'm not going to break down all that with teams that may or may not be in the mix.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I had questions on, really.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, Kevin. All right, let me get these super chats out of the way. Would you trade Evans for McLaurin and Adams? I'd rather have Evans. I think Evans is in for a big, end of his career, final year. He's an older guy, though. I have likely, should I drop for Pat? For Pat who? For Pat Tucker or Taysom? I'm going to say, you mean Patrick? You got to stop abbreviating stuff, guys. Tucker or Taysom? Probably Taysom, assuming he's healthy. Adams to the Commanders makes sense, says Caleb. This one here from Destiming. Appreciate you for dropping this. Traded Mahomes, Henry, and Ford for JD5 Bijan. Thoughts? I mean, the 85's got probably the most value out of any quarterback in fantasy right now. Over any...
Let him cook.
So, in a way, you kind of like went down, even though I love Mahomes. Mahomes is still a guy I'm acquiring, but Henry over Bijan. I'm going to say the Mahomes-Henry side. Bijan's not doing enough, bro. So, but could that side be better? It could. It could turn out to be better, but right now I'm going to say the Henry Mahomes side. Mahomes, Fields, Cup, Debo, Dell, Worthy, Terry, McLaurin, Coleman, Jennings, Hassan, Bijan, Connor, Brooks might need to make a move, holding Mahomes in case he gets a wide receiver. I mean, I'd hold Mahomes anyway, bro. He's still going to have a good year. Don't listen to the noise. It's a good team. I'd probably say Bijan. I'm maybe moving Connor or Brooks with Terry McLaurin now. I'm keeping Debo. I'm keeping Cup. I'm keeping Dell. I'd maybe trade Cup and like Brooks for a now player like DK or MHJ, right? Because you're getting rid of Cup. People don't want him 1-for-1 for MHJ. But you give him a Brooks or you give him somebody, then they go, okay, you know, I'll listen to that. Maybe you get Jordan Mason because people seem to be freaking about McCaffrey right now. Maybe you get Jordan Mason using a player like Scary Terry and Connor, or Jennings and Connor, or maybe you trade Cup for Evans potentially. Hey Smitty, 14-team league, minimal waiver options, 1-3 record. Have been holding on to the number 1 waiver since week 2. Do I use it on Tank Dell? Yes, I would. Unless Kareem Hunt's out there and you need an RB, or, you know, Braylon Allen's still worth considering, but I think Tank Dell is a fantastic usage of the number 1 overall waiver pick. You have a lot of people that still hate him. I don't care. He's coming back from injury. He should have at least 2 touchdowns on the year. He had 5 catches in that week 3 shutdown by the Minnesota Vikings on Stroud. I'm completely fine with where Tank Dell is right now. I'm alone on an island for the most part, but I don't care. Thoughts on trade Gibbs Marvin for Cook and Barkley? Woo! Wow. I'd probably rather have Gibbs and Marvin, but it's damn close, and it's a good trade. Either way, you're fine. Hey, pal, drop AR5 for Love on waivers, of course. My other QB is JD5. Also, in a super flex league, I have JD5, Mahomes, and Darnold. Just lost Rice. Trade Mahomes for A.J. Brown or hold until Rice. I'd rather trade Darnold. You know, like, here's what I'd do. I get you could get A.J. Brown, but this is super flex, bro. I would rather trade Darnold for like a Worthy or a Dell versus trading Mahomes for an AJB. So I like where you're headed, maybe getting rid of one of the QBs, even though holding 3 QBs is good too. I'm not getting rid of Mahomes. He's still a first rounder in Superflex if I'm drafting today. That's how I feel. I really don't care. That's how I feel. I just traded Puka and Xavier Worthy for Xavier Worthy. I'd rather have Xavier Worthy. That's a great trade. Great trade. Worthy's about to become a top 15 wide receiver. 10-team PPR. Trade Jacobs, Kirk, Reed, Deontay Johnson for Kamara, Metcalf. Lots of stuff on waivers. So trade Jacobs, Kirk, and Reed, and Deontay Johnson for Kamara, Metcalf. I mean, that's a smash. Especially if there's good stuff on waivers. But yeah, I mean, God, you got to... Kamara's a top 5 running back. Sent Waddle and Kmet for Garrett Wilson. I have Chase, MHJ. Waddle and Kmet for Garrett Wilson. I have Chase and MHJ. I guess I would. I'd rather have Garrett Wilson than Waddle right now. Dynasty trade Olave for BT, a high 25 second and a 26 first. I would take BT side. Get that first rounder. Nice trade. trade ETN for Olave, I'd rather have Olave. I do like buying low on ETN for people that need RBs, but I do also like trading them away. You know, sell high or buy low, and you're selling high. Should I trade DK and Zach Moss for Bijan? Yes. I would do that trade. JSN and Bijan for Zach Moss and DK. I like DK a lot. I do. But JSN and Bijan, I'm probably taking that if you need an RB. If, let's say, you were going to be short at wide receiver and you were loaded on RB already, I'd probably say no. But you're clearly doing this because you need an RB. And that's a good gamble. 12-team standard, 1 and 3, Hurts, JD5, ETN, B, Rob Ford, Chandler, Wilson, Neighbors, Rice, Adunze, Laporta. Any ideas on trading? Thinking of ETN and Wilson for Bijan McLaurin. I like that idea. I would definitely do that. I think Adunze will have value soon. You might have to hold off on making a trade. But Garrett Wilson and B-Rob, Garrett Wilson and ETN for Bijan, for Achan. ETN and, you know, Adunze for James Cook. Yeah, but I think Wilson and B-Rob for an Achan or a Bijan makes the most sense. But if you want to go down a step, you could take one out and go after this James Cook. Minded. Appreciate you. Trade Lamar and K9 for Bijan, Achan, and MHJ. Woo! Doggy. Of course you do that. Yeah, I mean, you got JD5 already. It's 1 QB. K9, and you're getting Bijan, Achan, and MHJ. Like, I love Walker, but, bro, you got to take that. You got to buy that. Buy low, sell high like that. Would you trade Waddle, Ingram for Keon, JK, Komet? No. I don't trust JK enough to do that trade. Lost Rice, Stroud, Kyron, JT, Amon-Ra, Dell, Moss, Kincaid, Rome, JMO, Puka, Sermon. Any advice? Also, hang tight on Rice, guys. You know, there's still some news to be broken on Rice, okay? My guess is that his ACL is less, it's not snapped in half. And I think what they're debating is, can this guy heal without surgery? What's the PCL look like? It sounds like it could be a PCL injury more so than an ACL. There's a lot of speculation on it, but hang tight on Rice. Stroud, Kyron, JT, look, I love that. Amon-Ra, I love that. Dell, I like this team a lot. JMO, Puka, Sermon. Any advice? Honestly, I'll probably just say, like, hold off on this one because I don't want you trading any of the big dogs. And the little guys, JMO may get you something, but what would it be? I guess if you needed an RB, but you don't, you're kind of like maybe JMO and Rome or JMO and Moss for, you know, MHJ, you know, or James Cook or Mike Evans. But past that, I think I'm holding because your team's very solid. I like what you got going on there. Plus, I think you have some maneuverability later. I meant Bigsby. Should I use the number 1 pick for Bigsby? So not Bigsby, or Bigsby, not Tank Dell. Oh, Tank Bigsby. Yeah, we got a lot of nicknames. Tank Bigsby. Probably. If Hunt's not there, if Braylon Allen's not there, I'd probably drop the full load drop if Bucky Irving isn't there. I like Bucky more than Tank, but Tank is certainly capable. At this late stage in the game, week 5, I think we start doing the full load drop to try and acquire that last potential RB. Non-PPR, I was offered in a trade Rice, a 9th for my 5th in London. What do you mean 9th and 5th, though? Like in the veteran draft after the keepers? I assume is what you're talking about, because rookie drafts don't go 9 rounds. So you're talking about next year's draft. I don't know the keepers. Is it a 2-keeper league? I'll assume 2-keeper league that you're giving up your 5th. So Rice and a 9th for your 5th in London. So Rice and a 9th go to you for your 5th rounder next year. That's a big pick to give up, though, in London. I think because Rice has got the injury and he's going to have a suspension, I'd rather have the London side given the pick change, bro. Not buying Rice on an injury with the suspension likely coming 6 to 8 games. 2-2, Keenan. No, Josh Allen, Kamara, Jacobs, B-Rob, Hunt, Kelsey, CD, London, Debo, Higgins, McConkey. Second most in points scored. Unlucky matchups. Okay. I'd probably say like Jacobs or B-Rob with maybe a London or Higgins for a MHJ or a Bijan or an Achane seems in order. So consolidating to go get one of those buy lows. Mike Evans on a smaller scale. Got offered Debo for my James Cook or Worthy. I'd probably say give me Debo over Worthy and keep James Cook because he's an RB. I do love Worthy, but I definitely like Debo more. I have Tyreek. Should I trade Hill for Debo plus Purdy? I'd rather do this other trade. AR5 and Carr. I'm not saying don't go get another QB. Purdy and Debo. Hill for Purdy. Actually, you might have to do the Purdy trade. Go get Purdy and Debo for Hill. Because I don't know if you're going to be able to solve the QB situation another way. And I want to tell you to go that route, and then you can't do it. That's a pretty good haul. Would you trade Dowdle for Dell? Absolutely, 100% every time. Boom. Do it live. Would you trade Pollard for Dell? Would you trade Pollard? What was that? Did I read that right? Was that two different questions? Would you trade Dowdle for Dell? Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah. I just saw Dell again, and I thought I was reading the same question. Would you trade Pollard and Dell for Tyreek? I would probably take Pollard. I'd probably take Tyreek on the chance that he's going to get back to form with Tua coming back, I assume. Give Ayuk and Irving for Wilson. I'd rather have Ayuk and Irving, bro. At least Ayuk is in a good offense that is moving the football down the field. And I like Bucky. I'd take the shot on the duo. Received a trade, Coleman and Keenan Allen for BT. I'd rather have BT. I love Coleman, but BT's looking great. I jokingly countered BT and JSN for JJ. He accepted. I jokingly countered, so you're trying to insult him. BT and JSN for JJ, and he accepted. I'd be worried that he goes to the commissioner and says I didn't mean that once everyone tells him he's an idiot for doing it, and then he's going to go, I didn't mean to, and they're going to reverse that. Let me know if that stands. I kind of feel like you're going to get that reverse, bro. I hate when that happens, too. Like, if someone makes that trade, that's their fault. Should I trade JD5 and Rico Dowdle for Mahomes and Achane? Yeah, if you like winning, bro. As much as I love JD5, you're taking Achane. Come on. Like, are we really seeing these trades? Mahomes and Achane? Take a lap for asking. Look, JD5 is amazing, but BT or Ayuk, that's a toss-up, to be honest. BT's playing that good. I guess total toss-up. Total toss-up when it comes down to it, my guy. Better stash Bigsby, Algier, or Warren. Bigsby right now. And he's serviceable right now. So Bigsby, he's the guy that has maybe the starting job right now. I still buy ETN low. I do. But trade Chase Brown and Pitts for Ferguson and Ford. I would take man, that's a tough one. Probably Ferguson and Ford because of the tight end shortage out there, bro. But it's close. Are you taking calls on the news? Go ahead, Jack. B-Rob for Bijan for Brian Robinson. Come on. We can't give up on Bijan at that level yet. Brian Robinson Jr. is nice, but I'm not, after 4 weeks, I'm not going to get rid of Bijan, especially when the first 2 weeks we were all very happy. You know, even the third week we were like, okay, he had a touchdown. I feel the volume wasn't there, but the touchdown was there. In week 4, he had a 20-yard touchdown called back. You know, we were very happy coming out of week 2. Are we really letting 2 weeks change our mind? Because the first 2 weeks, nobody changed their mind. The first 2 weeks, people were doubling down on Bijan because the volume was there. Need advice to upgrade at running back. QBs are AR5 Fields. Running backs, Jacobs, Pollard, Moss, Dobbins. Wide receivers, JJ, Collins, AJ Brown, Flowers. Give me a trade of Flowers and Pollard, Flowers and Jacobs, Flowers and Moss, Flowers and Dobbins for an Achane, a James Cook. I would trade Flowers for ETN and take a gamble on that, personally. Again, ETN's one of those guys, like, you need to understand you're taking a risk on by going after ETN. And I trade him high if I can, but I also buy him extremely low at, like, cellar dweller pricing. Because he is one guy that could bounce back, and everybody goes, man, he does what Walker did. He has 3 TDs, and everyone's like, holy shit. If I can't get Love off waivers, drop AR5 for Fields, Baker, or Darnold. If I were you, I'd try and keep AR5 as your second quarterback because he still has upside if he gets in there, bro. So I definitely would make some moves, but I would say you need to pick up Fields ASAP. Actually, Darnold. Guys, Darnold or Fields, who you picking up? Darnold or Fields? I suppose you could grab both of them, but Darnold or Fields? Please vote in the chat about that one. That's a tough one. And any changes, I mean, Brian Robinson and Jacobs with maybe a Godwin, or better yet, an Addison who just popped off, or a Pittman to try and upgrade, let's say, Brian Robinson or Jacobs into that Achane, Bijan. Oh, you got James Cook. That's good. Definitely look to do that. You're live. What's your name, bro? 201 caller. Where are you calling from, and what's your name?
Hey, Smitty. I'm calling from Jersey. It's AC. How's it going?
AC from Jersey. What's up?
Good. I got a Adams trade for you.
Okay.
Actually.
Hit me with it.
Just went through. So I actually gave... He wanted a QB upgrade. I actually gave him Fields, Achane, Davante Smith.
Hold on, let me write this down. You gave him Fields?
Yeah.
Achane?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Davante Smith. And then he gave me Kyler, Gibbs, and Adams back. So I don't know if he was he was even willing to throw in Ferguson, and it actually just went through. He accepted it, and the whole league, I don't know why, everybody's freaking out about it. Even the commissioner wanted to...
What side are they freaking out about, though? Because it's honestly arguable.
Right? It's not. That's what I thought. It wasn't that bad, but I mean, he called me. I got off the phone with him before.
But I'm asking, what side are they against?
They think that, I guess, I'm getting too much in it.
The Kyler side?
I guess it was.
The Kyler side?
Yeah.
I would rather have the Kyler side because of the state of the Miami Dolphin offense and that Smith has been concussed. But Smith's coming back. You know, I don't understand why they would be calling, like, are they trying to veto or are they just mad?
It's not vetoed. They called me back. They wanted me to add a pick. So actually, they canceled it, and I actually added, because it's a one keeper league. So I added a 9th pick, and he gave me like a 13th or 12th back or something.
A 9th rounder? Okay.
Just to make it, because
yeah. I mean, look. Here's the thing: is like it's crazy that they veto this. Like Fields is playing great, but I'd rather have Gibbs and Kyler and Adams, and especially hoping Adams goes somewhere good. But this could be a part where everyone's thinking the Adams side of this is going to be amazing, and it ends up being like a downer. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Right, and it's actually 2 QB lead, and I have Stroud, Love, and I ended up getting lucky with Fields. I picked him up when Love got hurt, and I actually gave him the option too, and he rather Fields. So I don't understand what the big deal is, but
yeah, I
just wanted to run that by you.
That's ridiculous that they're trying to they're wanting to cancel that and add to it. Like that, you should be able to make grown person trades. That was an adult trade where somebody's making a calculation that Fields is going to get better. Maybe they acquire Adams in Pittsburgh. Like, it's wild to me that someone is making a determination that someone can't make their own decision. That's stupid.
Right.
But
I told them I'm taking a risk on Adams as well. You never know.
Nice trade, though. I like it, bro. Nice job.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Smitty.
Yeah, later. Tyler Johnson with the $20 hauler going to the moon, son. To the moon, pal. Appreciate you. Should I trade Fields and Brooks for Ayuk? I have Allen at QB and weak at running back. Should I trade Fields and Brooks for Ayuk? So you're weak at running back and you're trading away Brooks. I guess I'd say this might hurt you. But maybe you trade Brooks into something else. Maybe he's easier to trade. I don't know. I'd probably say Fields and Brooks for Ayuk. I'd probably say give me the Ayuk side for now. Brooks is a ways away. You know, I would use Brooks in a different... Brooks is a ways... I'd rather have Ayuk. I'd use Ayuk to try and get another RB. James Cook, Achane. There's ways, I think, to go get an RB. You could even go get Etienne and Worthy or Etienne and Dell for Ayuk. Could I get Walker for Zamir White and Pittman or Higgins? Probably not. After a 3 TD hat trick game, he had Rice. I don't know if it's going to change anything, bro. Walker just had 3 touchdowns last night. I think buying Walker low is gone, but try. I'd certainly do it if you can pull that off. Even if you got to give up a little more, bring it to me before you send it, but I'll let you know. Should I pick up Chase Brown or Kareem Hunt? Kareem Hunt. Got league-winning potential, bro. 14-team PPR. Trade Mike Kyron and Pitts for Barkley and Ferguson. Probably Barkley and Ferguson, bro. But very good side. Both sides are great. JJ, Evans, Higgins starters have Coleman, Worthy, bench. Who should I target in exchange for Worthy? James Cook, ETN and something. Take a gamble on ETN straight up. I guess it's okay. James Conner's interesting. Brian Robinson Jr. is interesting. It's kind of a tough thing to get rid of a guy like Worthy when his value is about to explode. Running back wise, if I look at the RB ADP rankings for Go Forward Fantasy here on Underdog, like the Go Forward rankings, I am going to say, using the Best Ball Resurrection Week 6 on rankings on Underdog, I would say you can maybe get for Worthy. You can maybe... I think you got to wait, bro. James, let Worthy do something before you trade Worthy. You're about to trade Worthy before he doubles in value. You know what I'm saying? Like, just not a good move to trade Worthy away right before he pops off. And what do you do, Smitty 12 team? 2 flex, Mahomes, JT, Kyron, Jacobs, Braylon Allen, Jamar Chase, JSN, Leggett, Worthy. You got Worthy and Jamar Chase as your top 2 wide receivers, by the way, in case you didn't know that, the way you disrespectfully put Worthy at the end of it. Kraft, I got offered McBride and Chase Brown for Jacobs. Woo! Wow. I'd probably take McBride and Chase Brown. The Chase Brown's kind of on the up and up, and McBride, I still fully believe in. I'd smash the hell out of that trade. And that's a good-looking team. Get Worthy in the wide receiver 2 spot. Just traded Nick Chubb for Garrett Wilson and Jerome Ford. Woo! A lot of good stuff. You won that trade. I'm not saying I know what Garrett Wilson's going to do going forward, but, bro, I'd take that gamble. Not to mention you could flip that into something by getting crafty and creative. Tate, you're live.
Hey, Smitty. I just got a question about what do you think Xavier's Worthy's value is going to be if Davante Adams does get traded to the Chiefs? Do you think it'll go down or up?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, bro. When Rice was there, I still loved him. He's still a top 20 wide receiver to me. And now that Rice is gone, he becomes a top 15 wide receiver. So he'd be the same value. I'd still love him as a wide receiver 2-3, even with Adams there. But he definitely becomes maybe a low end wide receiver 1 the rest of the season if Adams doesn't land there. So it's a difference, but I'm still absolutely, like what I would do is I'd buy low on him. If Adams lands in KC, I'd go straight to the Worthy owner and be like, what do you want? And they're like, yeah, I'm so mad right now. But it's like he has great value. He had great value before. He still has great value no matter what happens.
Yeah, and then I was also going to ask, do you think I should start him this week? Because right now I have Pickens in against Dallas, and it seems like Dallas has been letting up a lot of yardage, but Worthy's going against New Orleans. So I don't know which one to start.
Well, I mean, Worthy's a top 15 wide receiver to me. So he should be in everyone's lineup.
Okay.
I mean,
and then
it depends
real
on.
Quick, what do you think about this?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask about this other trade about Miller, and I had AR5 as my starter. So I'm thinking about putting AR5 on the bench and having Kyler as my starter.
So what's the question?
If you like the trade between Josh Jacobs for Kyler.
Oh, you cut out or something. Okay, yeah, definitely take Kyler. If you had AR5 and that was your only quarterback and you can get Kyler, that's fine. Yeah,
okay. Because my starter running backs are Barkley and Gibbs, so I don't really need Jacobs.
Yeah, you're fine. That's good.
Okay.
That's a good trade. It's a good way out of that.
Okay.
All right, later, bro. Trade Neighbors for Bijan and Debo. I would take Bijan and Debo. Definitely. That's a great trade. That's a great way out of that situation. This is where I say, yeah, Neighbors. I love Neighbors. But you get Bijan and Debo. That is the way you get out of a situation where you say, doom and gloom, I lost my guy. Now what do I do? You make a 2-for-1 trade. You make a 1 player for 2 trade, and you smash it. And you just smashed it. Jacobs, Wilson, and Garrett Wilson for Henry and AJB. You got to take Henry and AJB and run if that's actually a trade. Oh, dynasty. Shiat. Jacobs. Okay, Jacobs is older. Garrett Wilson, who knows what his dynasty value is with there. I'm taking... Oh, we already answered this one, I think, earlier, right? Henry and AJB. AJB alone, I know he's not a spring chicken either, but there's still some value there. I'd take the value and run. There's 2 years of value sitting right there. That's 2 years of good value. I'm not worried about dynasty implications there when we don't even know if Garrett Wilson has good dynasty value at all. We just don't. We have no clue. All right. Corey, appreciate Corey dropping the super chat on screen here, pal. I have the worst running back room by committee in the nation. ETN, Bucks running backs. Okay, so ETN, Bucks running backs, Zach Moss. Do I drop both Bucks running backs to get Chase Brown and Bigsby? No, I don't. Look, Bucky Irving's looking great. I would drop Rashad White if you have to make some sort of crazy move like this to pick up probably Chase Brown. I would find a way to get Bigsby as well, though. I do grab both these guys. I've lost Smitty. I have Mixon. Also, who can I trade BT for a running back? I don't know that anybody's going to give you straight up a running back for BT, but if you throw another player in, you could do BT and ETN for James Cook, you know, and then make sure you go get Davis to cuff that up. You can maybe get, I mean, bro, you might try for Achane. Try for Bijan. I've seen people make some bad Bijan trades right now. People are giving up on Bijan Robinson, bro. Just flat out giving up on him. You never know until you try, but ETN and BT might get you a James Cook. I think that'd be a fantastic trade. Thanks, Smitty. Love the show. Lines going to be open later. It was open for the majority of the show, but I'm not sure what I'll do if I come back tonight to do some Week 5 drafting on Underdog code Smitty. We might be doing that, so hang tight on that. Let me see if I have. May need to break out the whiteboard, says Curtis. All right, Curtis, we'll see. You know, you could drop a $20 hauler. I'm not saying you need to, no pressure, but I'll break down a whiteboard for you on a 20. Hey, if you need it now. Hey, bro, someone offered my London and Worthy for my Mason. Someone offered me London and Worthy for my Mason. I bet they did, and I'm not doing that. Mason, Irving, and Christian Kirk? No, I got Bijan, Kamara, and Walker. I would go get MHJ for Mason, bro. Or I'm trading, Walker for Jamar Chase or for JJ or maybe St. Brown or Kamara for one of those guys. I'm not going to just resort to the lowest ball offer I get, which is what that sounds like. Put some respect on Mason's name. You included, because you're entertaining offers that are offending Jordan Mason. We skyrocketed over 30K on this show. Guys, please hit subscribe if you haven't already. Can't thank you enough hitting 30,038 subscribers. Slap that like button if you haven't already. 700 people still in the room. Get Gibbs for Bijan in redraft. I would rather have Gibbs. I said it all last week, bro, but it's too late to do that. Try it, but I said it all the way leading up into that Gibbs contest all week long. Go get Gibbs over Bijan. Go get Gibbs over Achane. I love Bijan. I love Achane, but Gibbs is the best buy low running back. I said walking into week number 4, and gosh darn it, he's untouchable now after that 2-touchdown game. He looked fantastic, and they obviously love to use the man. Thank you for the subs. We're at 30,040 subs. Neighbors for Bijan and Brian Thomas Jr. I don't think it's enough. I'd rather have Neighbors. It's close, though. It's close. I just think Neighbors is safe. Right now he's a top 5 or 6 guy. Everybody's claiming to be subscriber 1, 2, 3, 4. Very interesting. All right, guys. Couple phone calls, and then we're going to be out of here soon. But we got 700 people in the building. Let's take some phone calls.
Call into the show. Call into
30-second calls only. 30-second calls only. I'm hanging up on you. No full roster breakdowns. I will hang up on you before you're even done listing your team off. Okay? So 30 seconds. Hardcore disconnect at 30 seconds. And you'll have to listen to my answer offline. You got 30. Go. You're Gavin. Gavin, you got 15 more seconds, Gavin.
Okay, out of Higgins, Worthy, Tank, and Amari Cooper, which 2 do you like?
Higgins, Worthy, Tank, and Amari Cooper. I like.
Which 2 do you like the most?
Higgins. Say it again. Higgins, Tank,
Worthy, and Cooper. Which 2 do you like the most?
Tank, Worthy, and Cooper. All right, thanks, pal. Listen offline. Higgins, Tank, Worthy, Cooper. Higgins, Tank, Worthy, Cooper. Higgins, Tank, Worthy, Cooper. Higgins, Tank, Worthy, Cooper. I'd say Worthy, 1. Higgins and Tank are kind of tied with... actually, all 3 of these guys are pretty much tied. I want to say this is going to be the undervalued guy, Tank, but like value-wise, Cooper's got solid value. Higgins has got solid value. Tank is super underrated. So like this is one where it's like I'm telling you Tank's going to hang with these guys, but value-wise, you can pick them up off waivers, you can trade for them low. But Worthy's the clear top guy for me right now. The clear top guy. 512 caller. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey man, my name's Nelson. I'm from Austin, Texas.
Nelson from Austin, Texas. What's up, Nelson? You got 30 seconds.
Hey man, I'm just wondering if I should trade Hurts and either Jennings or Bucky Irving for Bijan. I feel like I'm giving up a lot, but I have no running back depth.
Hurts and Bucky for Bijan?
Yeah, and or Jennings instead of Bucky.
I give up Jennings, so Hurts. I'll do either one depending on your QB. Who's your QB?
Geno Smith. That's my other guy that I have. I know it's not great, but I have like no depth at running back. But I feel like if I gave him Hurts, it won't be that bad. I mean, I might regret it, but I mean, he
who's
doesn't
on
really put up any crazy numbers.
Who's on waivers, bro? Quick.
No one good, man. Everyone already picked it clean. I think the only one really there.
You want me to tell you what's going to be bad about this is if Geno loses his job or gets hurt. I'm not saying he'll lose his job, really. He's playing well. But if he gets hurt or something, because
top three on the waiver wire is Lawrence, Cousins, and Caleb Williams.
Okay. I mean, you could pick up one of those guys. I guess so Lawrence, Cousins. Cousins isn't great, but you could go Cousins, Penix Jr. I don't know. Chad,
Stafford is available. I don't know. That's
Stafford?
A good pick.
Stafford's available?
Yeah, he's available. Yeah.
All right, guys. Would you rather have Geno and Stafford? That sounds better now. I'm not saying I don't like Geno right now. It has the feel of like a what if this thing goes awry for you? Do you trade Hurts and Jennings for Bijan and roll with Stafford and Geno? I'm liking that a little better. Now that you have Stafford potentially there to help in case something happens. How are we liking that? Geno. Do it live. Yeah. Hurts and Jennings. I mean, bottom line is Bijan, this is what you got to remember, is like the reason why this question's harder during the season is because running backs are undervalued. They're so undervalued. All right, go do it live. Go do it. Pick up Stafford. Running backs are quarterbacks are so undervalued on draft day. When you get into the season and you've got your team built a certain way, it's so hard to get rid of that quarterback and go toward an unknown. But let's go with Geno. And let's go with Stafford and go get Bijan. I like that. That makes sense now. I just feel like banking on Geno is hard on the long term. But you get a Stafford in there, that's pretty solid. That's a pretty good maneuver there, pal. This one here from Darwin got an offer, Reek, Moss, and ETN for Gibbs and JJ. Reek, Moss, and ETN. You take Gibbs and JJ and run, bro. That's one of the easiest questions I've answered all day long. That's crazy. Brent with a $20 hauler. I'm 3-1. The guy I might trade with is 0-4. Should I trade my Rodgers and Adams for Tua, Hill, and Minshew? It's a super flex 3 wide receiver league. My wide receivers are Chase, Adams, and BT. Godwin. Running backs are Gibbs, Brooks, Hunt, and Dowdle. Well, it depends, bro. I mean, I guess I would take... Oh, my God. I guess I would take Tua, Hill, and Minshew. I don't know what Aaron Rodgers... First of all, I assume Aaron Rodgers or Minshew / Tua would be your second quarterback. If it wouldn't be your second quarterback and it'd be your third quarterback, then it's a home run. This one's tough. I guess I'd roll with Aaron Rodgers. Guys, we roll with Aaron Rodgers and Davante. Probably going to be paired up together, right? Do we just say, give me Adams and Rodgers and say, I can't bank on Tyreek Hill with Tua? Or do we take Tua and say Tua, or take Tyreek Hill and say Tua's going to be back? This is tough. Vote on this one, please. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate the congratulations. Appreciate everybody. Can we get a vote on this one? Rodgers and Adams, do we go with the duo? Or do we go with the duo below that, Tua and Hill? And we don't know that Adams will be a Jet, but, I mean, it could be. Got a Tyreek vote. Got a Rodgers vote. Got a congrats. What are we doing here? Adams. Tua should be back. We're hearing from Schefter that it would be a big surprise if he's not back. Hill. We got another couple Hill votes. We got another Hill vote. Woo! Keep Tyreek. You know what? I'm going to go with the chat on this one. Reason being is I still think if Tua comes back, Hill's a top 5 player. And I don't know if I feel like trusting Adams and Rodgers. Both Adams is older. Rodgers is older. They're both kind of scaring the hell out of me. I'm going to say go Tyreek. I know Tua's a worry too, but I'm going to go with Tyreek Hill. It's a gamble, but it's a gamble I at least can sleep well at night. I don't think I'd sleep well at night passing on Hill and he returns to Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to sleep at night with that? I'm 1-3. I got offered DJ Moore and Brock Bowers. DJ Moore and Brock Bowers for Jaden Reed and Chase Brown. I'd rather have Jaden Reed and Chase Brown. But, I mean, it's arguable because Brock Bowers is a monster. The Bears have a nice schedule, but give me Jaden Reed, and I think Chase Brown's on the rise. So that's a tough one. And thank you for the $20 hauler, my guy.
To
Mars, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you so much. That's a good trade for you. And then I have QB Joe Burrow, running back Connor, Travis Etienne, DJ Moore. Yeah, give you Reed. That's a good trade for you. It's the team's a little bit rough around the edges. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you got hit with injury or something, but it gives you, I think, a decent shot at least. And maybe we attack some other trades later. Trade now, my Kyron BT for Barkley and Fergie. Give me Barkley and Ferguson. But it's close, bro. Given the tight end landscape, that's a close one. Trade Kamara and Garrett Wilson for Brees and Jaden. Thank you for that super chat. Who was that? Torres? Torres, thank you for the super chat, pal. Appreciate you, my guy. You've been here for a while. Torres is an OG. Trade Kamara plus Garrett Wilson for Brees Hall and Jaden Reed. Brees Hall and Jaden Reed. I don't want to say it's easy, but I didn't hesitate. Got offered ETN for my Flowers and Brian Robinson Jr. I'd probably take Brian Robinson Jr. and Flowers. Not to say I wouldn't try and flip that into a better option, but I think there's more power there. Tate, you're live. 30 seconds, Tate.
I got a question, Smitty. I have Worthy. Do I trade Worthy for Dell and Mark Andrews? What do you think of Mark Andrews? Because as a person with a tight end as Tucker Kraft, would you do that?
I'd rather have Kraft. Kraft's better. Worthy for Tank Dell. I'd rather have Worthy. I love Tank Dell, but I'd rather have Worthy. Andrews is not starting over Kraft right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Kraft looks better.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, later, bro. But trust your gut. I love Dell. I don't want you later on upset at me because Dell goes nuts. I'm promoting the hell out of Dell, so I'm fine with Dell. 424 caller, you're live, and then 424 caller, you're live. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, this is Curtis from JD5. Yeah. Hello?
Okay, I gotta hang up on Curtis because he's not waiting his turn. Go 424 caller. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Sean from Houston, Texas. Do I trade JD5 for Bijan?
Sean from Texas.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Houston.
All right. JD5 for Bijan. So JD5, who's your quarterback if you trade JD5?
Kyler Murray.
It's such a tough move because you're really saying, and I'm not saying that this trade, you consider it quite like this, but you're talking about your team having Kyler Murray and Bijan or just JD5. And it's a big difference. It's a big difference. I love JD5 more than anybody. But you got to ask yourself, can you win with Kyler and JD5 only being able to start one of them? What's your team look like? Read your starting lineup off real quickly.
I'm starting lineup. JD5, Brees, Hubbard. I got Cook on injured, but I got Metcalf, Drake London, Davante Smith, Kyle Pitts, I'm about to get rid of him, and Chicago defense.
Guys, is he trading JD5 away for Bijan? He has Kyler. It's so tough, bro, because like part of me wants to say, go trade Kyler. Like, can you try and hold off on this and try and trade Kyler for a player instead? Like, what if you could get Achane, and then you're like, okay, now I got JD5 and Achane instead of, what if you could get even James Cook or someone like that? I just feel a little uneasy about acting like this is our only option. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So look at that, but keep it on the table. And if you can't get another option, I would hit the button, because it's look Kyler. No, I'd hit the button if you can't get another deal done, but I would try to leave it up and try and get something for Kyler. See if you can get a James Cook. See if you can get a player that makes sense for you. See if you can get an MHJ, even if you throw something in, like anything, to try and get around trading JD5.
All right.
But I don't hate it at the end of the day. All right, thanks, Sean. Sean, right? Sean?
Yes, sir.
Sean. Okay, Sean from Texas. Thanks, Sean. Freddie from
Thank you, man.
Freddie from Texas. You guys are neighbors. Freddie, you're live.
Yeah, there. I wanted to know if I should trade Bowers for Malik Neighbors. My only other tight end is Evan Ingram.
I don't really care who your other tight end is, bro. What would make you not want to do this trade? Just the fact that you wouldn't have another is tight end that important? Is tight end like 8 points per reception? Like, what would make you even contemplate not taking Neighbors for Bowers? Because if we drafted today, Bowers is a good player, but he ain't going anywhere near Neighbors, bro. He ain't sniffing Neighbors' jockstrap, bro. He's not even close to him. Like, this is a lambasting.
I guess the reason why I'm asking is just because his concussion.
All right, hey, this is for your own good, my guy. This is for your own good. Go do the trade, but
finish him. Call terminated.
That's so you remember. That's so you remember.
Finish him.
All right, where is my... Let's see here. I'm trying to find that screen because I had a super chat somewhere. Okay, there we go. Bowers, I have Bowers, but someone dropped Trey McBride in my league on waivers. Burn Fab to get him. I'd full load drop that. Also, do I trade B-Rob and Higgins for Lamb or try for... Yeah, did you go get Lamb? Come on! If I could hang up on you, Timothy, I would. B-Rob and Higgins for Lamb, of course you do that. Or try for DK Metcalf. Like, look, I love DK, but that's like saying, should I try and get the filet mignon or should I go get a really good hamburger down the street? Like, of course I like DK if push comes to shove. But lamb chops is a whole different level. Absolutely. And full load drop on McBride. And do it now. Have Allen and JD5 worth trading one of them for Puka? No, because Puka's going to take trade one of them, but try and get something different. You know, that's way too much for Puka Nacua, who's injured. May not even be fully ready 5 weeks from now. Who knows? Probably should be back in a month, but also have St. Brown, but don't know if he's willing to give him. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get St. Brown. I'm trying to get something. But, Eric, you got to get more. You can't go after Puka Nacua, who I like a lot, but not using a top two quarter. You have the top two quarterbacks in the league. Like Josh Allen and JD5 are probably QB1 and QB2. You're going to trade one away for a guy you won't see for maybe a month, 5-6 weeks? Come on, bro. No. $20 hauler from Ryan, 16-team league. That's tough. 0-4, that's even tougher. Who should I get on waivers? Wicks, Sermon. Need running back help? It doesn't matter. I'd probably take Wicks. He's still the best option. You know, is there another RB? Check out the waiver board, bro. Hopefully this helps you out. Maybe you can let me know if any of these running backs are available, specifically Bigsby or Chase Brown or Hunt. But if that's what we're talking about, what you got going on there, I don't think you can go away from Wicks here. Wicks might be able to get you something more in trade. Curtis, you're having some trouble today, bro. You're making all kinds of noise, answering the phone, fumbling around. Then when other people are talking, you're like, it's Curtis.
Well, I didn't know I was on two different
Curtis, what can I do for you, Curtis? Let's get right to the brass tacks. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Thank you, Smitty. Yeah, so you answered the Bijan for Debo. I'm sorry, Bijan and Debo for Malik Neighbors. But that guy's likely going to flake out. He's been a pain to trade with all season. I just wanted to pick your brain on, pairings like that. Like, what are some, elite running backs we could buy low on paired with receivers to equal Neighbors' value?
I mean, but the problem is I don't know what teams people have, and I don't have the time to do that. But I would say, in general, if I'm trying to trade Neighbors, I'm trying to get a Cook and a receiver. MHJ, find the anchor. The easiest thing to do, I can't really tell you because I don't know these teams. Go find the anchor of the trade. MHJ, that's an anchor. James Cook, that's an anchor. Xavier Worthy, that's an anchor. Now, that anchor of the 2-for-1 trade is going to have heavier weight or less weight than some of the other players I just named. So Worthy's going to be very light. So you got to think of it like a scale. Worthy is not going to even push the scale down at all. So you got to find that RB that he has. Does he have it? That's going to make this HN and Worthy, boom. Now you got it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
JT and Worthy, boom. Now that's worth. But like you go to somebody with MHJ, you got to find a really light running back to toss in the bucket that he won't notice. Like maybe an ETN, potentially Jacobs, maybe James Cook and MHJ for neighbors, and you might throw something else light in your bucket so that the scale gets a little even. But those are the moves I'm probably trying to make. All right, Curtis, one last thing, and I got to run.
Oh, man, you got it for me. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Love
Curtis.
the show. Keep doing what you do.
Show loves you back later. Okay, Justin. Appreciate you, Justin. Justin says, keep Keon Coleman or drop for Dobbs, Bigsby, Benson. I'd probably go for Bigsby because he's the hot hand right now, but Benson's somebody to monitor the hell out of, bro. I have Bowers and someone dropped Trey McBride at full load drop. Already answered that one. Abso-freaking-lutely. Easy question. Got offered Hurts and Gibbs for my Mahomes and Jacobs and Worthy. You like that? Or McBride, Chase Brown for Jacobs better. McBride, Chase Brown. That one's not bad. I like that one too. But my Mahomes, Jacobs, Worthy. You get Hurts and Gibbs. Give me Hurts and Gibbs, bro. All day long. I like that more. Steven, Dynasty start 8. 1 QB, 3-1. Mahomes, Kyron, JT, JJ, Hill, JSN, Pittman, Kittle. Do I shop the first to upgrade Pittman? Yeah, I probably would. So MHJ, probably hard to get in Dynasty, you know, because it doesn't matter. People know he's coming. Like Tyreek Hill's interesting, bro. You got Hill. Damn it. St. Brown, I don't think you can get. So Pittman in a first rounder probably could get you. You're not going to get Neighbor. Maybe Nico. Maybe somebody's not valuing Nico high enough. It's hard to say. Nico's a top 5 wide receiver on this channel right now going forward. Adjust and adapt. But maybe not elsewhere. Marvin, I don't know. You try for Marvin. You're probably going to get a no on that. Metcalf's interesting for that. Metcalf, St. Brown is interesting for that. You're probably not going to get anything higher than that, you know. Otherwise, I'm trying to trade maybe. I'd strongly consider. That's tough, bro. Eric, you're live. Eric, what can I do for you?
Hey, Smitty. So this week I have Laporta on the bye. I don't have any other tight end, and the only players I could possibly drop is either Braylon Allen or Isaac Guerendo.
Braylon Allen or Isaac Guerendo for who?
Those are the only players that I would have to drop to pick up a tight end with Laporta on the bye.
I mean, do you have Mason?
I do have Mason. Yes, I can't risk. Yeah. The tight ends on the waiver are Njoku, Kraft, Parkinson.
Those aren't even good options, bro.
Yeah. I feel like I should
Kraft is good. You said Kraft? Kraft is good.
Yeah.
I'll probably go there. Tate, I can't answer the phone anymore. I got too many super chats. The phone line's done. I'd probably say try and go to the Brees owner, bro, and trade Braylon Allen to him. Figure something out. Or do another 2-for-1 trade to open up a spot. I don't know. That's a tough call. I can't really tell you this. You what?
I'd rather try that first. Go to the Brees Hall owner.
Yeah,
try to trade him away.
I can't, in good conscience, give you advice to drop Braylon Allen. But I can tell you that with Mason, you have to hold Guerendo. So I don't want to tell you to drop Braylon Allen. I want to tell you to trade him. So figure it out. He's league winning material, man. But you also, it's hard to hold him. I get it, but the Brees Hall owner's got to be tempted. Or, bro, maybe you're getting Brees Hall from him. Because Brees Hall might be somebody that's kind of like a little bit vulnerable. That owner is vulnerable to trade him. All right, got to roll, bro. Okay. Call back when you got something. Pacheco and Olave for Monty and Adunze. I'd take Monty and Adunze. I think Adunze is going to be consistent down the stretch. I'd take Monty and Adunze. Jordan Love or Kyler Murray moving forward. I'm going to go Jordan Love, but very close. Baker, Ford, Collins for J.J. Mahomes. I'd take J.J. Mahomes and run. Like, come on, bro. It's not even close. I know Baker's playing good, but come on. My Braylon Allen and Coleman for Worthy. I would take Worthy. Worthy, easy. Dynasty Superflex. Trade Debo and Connor for a 25 first. I'd rather have Debo. I'd rather Debo. I'm not opposed to trading Connor, but I'm not trading Debo. I like Debo. Debo still got another good year or two left. Achane and Waddle for Bijan, Brian Robinson Jr. Achane and Waddle for Bijan and Brian. Probably Bijan and Brian Robinson Jr., but it's pretty close. It really is. It's not. That's not that off. 1 and 3 Superflex. JD5 Kyron Cup Worthy receiving Cousins, Achane, Lamb, Debo likely. What? JD5 Kyron Cup Worthy. It's so complicated. My brain's about to explode. I got a load of baked potato Miss Smitty's bringing in right now that I can smell, and I can't concentrate. JD5 Kyron Cup and Worthy for Cousins, Achane, Lamb, Debo. What in the hell? How do you even digest this trade? I don't know, bro. Chat, help me out. I can't even think. JD5 Cousins, you're getting crushed at quarterback trading JD5 away. Kyron, Cup, and Worthy, Achane, Lamb, and Debo. Kyron, Cup, and Worthy. I mean, when Cup comes back, that's a very close. Kyron and Cup and Worthy's fantastic. Achane, Lamb, Debo. It's pretty. Detected at the front door. I'd probably say it's dead. I mean, it's even, man. I don't know. Chat, what side do you like? I guess I would say because Cup's out for multiple weeks, the Achane side feels like it has a slight advantage, but then again, it's like Cousins sucks. Geez, I don't know. I mean, could you have a better quarterback option than Cousins? Because this is tough. I mean, Lamb and Debo, bro. I don't know. It depends. If you can get a better quarterback, the other side, I think, wins. And Cup being out, I mean, it's such a devastating thing. 10-team PPR: Carr, Cook, Mason, Jefferson, Reed, Kincaid, Debo, Shaheed, Braylon Allen, IR Mixon, AJ Brown, 2 bench spots. Waivers hit 3 a.m. tonight. Who should I pick up? Bruce, I have no idea who's available in your league. How would I know that? But the waiver wire, here's the only thing I can reference unless you give me a bunch of names to rank. Make sure Irvin's not there. Kareem Hunt's a league winner. Braylon Allen's a league winner. Of all the running backs now, I'd say Hunt and Bucky and Chase Brown have the now value. You know, Braylon Allen's obviously a league winner, but Wandell, Leggett, Wicks is a hot commodity this week. But I have no idea who you have to pick up. 2 bench spots open. Try for those guys. Pause that board, and then if you want to tell me who's out there. But I mean, my rankings right there. You see it. Smitty, Superflex, Carr, Cousins, horrible quarterbacks. Henry, Bucky. I know Carr's playing good, but I going forward, I would not like that. Bucky, Kamara, Chase Brown, Garendo, Keaton Mitchell, Debo, AJB, Ridley. You got hit with some injury. I mean, look. If this is me, I don't think you can trade Carr. But I'm trying to trade Carr. I'm trying to upgrade that. Henry, Bucky, Kamara, it's very solid running backs. You know, Debo, Jamar Chase, there's a reason you're weak at quarterback. You went light quarterback shopping, and you've done pretty well for yourself with Carr lately. I'm going to say stay the course, bro. What are you going to do? Maybe you trade Jamar Chase right now if you feel like you need to make a move. If you feel like you're going to slip behind. ET, I would take Jamar Chase, and I would say go get 2 players, MHJ and Achane. MHJ and a player. JT injured and an AJ Brown, and you're like, I'm gonna bank on these guys coming back, like something to that effect. Past that, I mean, Your team, I forget, did you say what record you have? I imagine you're doing pretty good. With Jamar Chase, Debo got hurt. Oh, you got AJB. I think I sit on this team, bro. Unless I'm trading Ridley and Chase Brown to upgrade Carr, or AJB to upgrade Carr. Go after Mahomes. See if someone will give you Mahomes for Carr and AJB. I bet you they do it, ET. I bet you get Mahomes. I bet you come back and you say, Smitty, I did it. I got Patrick Mahomes for Carr and AJ Brown. And I'm going to be so proud of you. Pat, what does this say? Pat Diggs, Seagod, J-Ad. Look, this is a perfect example of someone dropping a $2 hauler and trying to ask a $20 question. I'm not trying to be rude, but like, bro, you're trying to abbreviate into oblivion, and it's ruining the question because I don't even know what in the hell I'm looking at. I assume that's Stephon Diggs. I assume that's Patrick Mahomes. I assume that's Chris Godwin. I was thinking Sun God at first, but okay, Chris Godwin. See God. Jordan Addison. Travis Etienne. I mean, what are you doing? You're wasting $2 because I'm going to get it wrong. You might as well just go with the $2.99. You might as well go with the $4.99 and squeak it out. Jordan Mason, JK. Tony. Who's Tony? Tony what? JK Tony. Connor. Trades. doesn't even have room for a question mark. Trades. I'm going to say Addison on the high. ETN and Addison. ETN and Sun God. Go get me an H-hand. Go get me James Cook using Travis Etienne and JK. Go get me a MHJ using C God and JK. I don't know, bro. Pacheco and Olave for Monty and Adunze. I think I already did this one. I'd take the Monty Adunze side, yeah. Thank you, pal. Should I give up Garrett Wilson and Rashad White for Adams? Probably not. But I like where your head's at. But I don't know that seems kind of even. I guess I'd be okay with that. Look, Adams is a risk. Especially if he gets traded, he's out a week probably. You know, depending on when the trade gets executed, he's going to sit out another week. He's got the hamstring. I'd probably say give me Garrett Wilson. Braylon Allen, Ladd, Jacobs for Olave, Flowers, Ford. Give me Olave and Flowers, or Olave or Flowers and Ford. Give me Olave and Ford. I want Olave and Flowers, then I try and flip Flowers, but that's just me. Okay, here we go. We got take Brees for Henry. Henry for right now. Look, it is what it is. You know, he's on fire. 3-1, 12-team PPR. I'd probably rather have Brees Hall in the long run. Like, the points are the points. I'd rather have Brees Hall from here on out. But the value is such that I think you can get something else. So let me just say that. Oh, I'm 3-1, 12-team PPR. ET, I have no idea what we're talking about anymore. I'm sorry. But these super chats are in order. There's no way to go back. But 3-1, you're the man. ET, I appreciate you for dropping that anyway. You're the man. 12-team full PPR. Kyler, Love, Bijan, Achane, Chubb, Roshan Johnson, Brooks, Nico, AJ Brown, Mike Evans, McBride. Any moves? If it's one QB, maybe trade one of the quarterbacks if anybody's needing a quarterback. Chubb seems to have weird value right now. I don't buy into it, but go ahead. Brooks and Love, Brooks and Kyler. Keep your wide receivers. Love the wide receivers. Keep McBride. I'm trying to maybe you upgrade. You know what? I like your team. Maybe you're upgrading Brooks and Kyler for one James Cook. Try for Bijan. Debo. Cooper Kupp. Brooks for Cooper Kupp. Brooks for Cooper Kupp. Maybe a quarterback and Brooks for Cooper Kupp. You wait on it. You got a monster, bro. Or Brooks to upgrade Kyler or Love into. Honestly, I would take a gamble on Mahomes, personally. Achane and Devontae Smith, Chase Brown for Gibbs and Adams. Achane, Devontae Smith, Chase Brown for Gibbs and Adams. Give me the Gibbs and Adams side by a hair, but that's taking a big risk on Adams, but it's kind of a fun risk in that situation. Chase Brown, Collins, Mayfield for JJ Mahomes. JJ and Mahomes by a landslide. Should I trade James Cook? You mean James Cook, not Cooks. James Cook and Fields to the Amon-Ra owner for BTJ and B-Rob Jr. What does Amon-Ra have to do with this? Or AR5 owner. I'm sorry. AR5. I read that wrong. Should I trade James Cook and Fields to the AR5 owner for BTJ and B-Rob? So James Cook. No, I would not. I'd rather have... I like Brian Robinson, but I like James Cook more. I think you need to do something different. I think you need to just trade him the quarterback and get something. JT owner gets Sermon or Hunt and Bigsby. I would rather have Hunt than Bigsby in that order. I'm not worried about cuffing when that type of quality player is available. Bruce says 30K, gang. Let's go, Bruce. Bruce is the man. Bruce, we call him thick-skinned Bruce around here. Absolute thick-skinned Bruce going to Mars.
To Mars.
The guy gets... Yeah, I think I yelled at him. I forget why I yelled at him. I don't even remember. Kyler, JT, Swift, White, AJ Brown, Cup, Garrett Wilson. Trade Garrett Wilson plus White for Adams. I think, did I answer this one or one just like it? I take the Garrett Wilson risk because Adams is injured right now. You know, or he's sitting out regardless, and then he's got to get traded this week. If he gets traded this week, then I love that side. If he gets traded before the game, he gets to play. Do you remember yesterday, Smitty, when I obtained Adams, Jacobs, and Pitts for Hubbard, BT, and Laporta? No, I don't. It doesn't mean, look, I don't have a bad memory. When you get fed thousands and thousands and thousands of questions, your brain learns to let it go, or I won't remember to make dinner or turn the oven off or take a shower or sleep. So I literally, my brain, you have no idea what it's like. I have a great memory, but you have know what it's like to have the ability to literally take in stuff. And it's like imagine it like this, okay? You take a sip. Instead of swallowing it, I spit it out. I can't absorb any information over what I maintain every day with my business and everything going on. So like it's weird that I just absolutely just take in the information and just shoot it out. Do you remember yesterday? Okay, no, I don't. For Hubbard, okay. Does your input on the trade change after the news about Adams? So you obtain Adams and Jacobs and Pitts for Hubbard, BT, and Sam Laporta. Yeah, I mean, if he gets traded, it could be good for you. I'd say it could definitely be even. I like Laporta a lot, though. I like Laporta a lot. Misread last one. Achane and Waddle for Bijan and Brian Thomas Jr. Did I say Brian Robinson Jr.? Achane and Waddle for Bijan and BT. Give me Bijan and BT. But I mean, look, as soon as Tua's back, that becomes even, or it could sway the other way. It's just a matter of like how many games, 2 more games at least that we don't, give Chase for Neighbors and Garrett Wilson. I'd take Jamar Chase by a hair. And that's tough because I like Neighbors a lot, but I don't know that Garrett Wilson's moving the needle. Like, isn't that wild? The Garrett Wilson and Neighbors? Garrett Wilson's not enough to move the needle? I don't know. Am I wrong on that, chat? Or do we like Neighbors enough that we say give us the free Garrett Wilson? I don't know. Let's let the chat decide that. The chat may sway me on that one. I am wavering a little bit. JT would drop Mostert and Spears for Bigsby, Sermon, or Hunt. I'd drop Mostert and Spears for Bigsby and Hunt. And my order would be Hunt, then Bigsby in that order. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. SKS, appreciate you. My guy, 12-team PPR, traded Mahomes, Coleman, Mostert for Hurts, Swift, and Deontay before Rice injury. Traded Mahomes, Coleman, and Mostert for Hurts, Swift, and Deontay. I like it even more after. I don't know that I agree. I think I'd probably say give me Hurts right now. I'm trading Swift on the high. Give me Hurts, but I do believe that this trade ended up working out for you at the end of the day. I wouldn't say it's a smash because I still love Mahomes, but give me Hurts and Deontay. I'm just going to trade Deontay and Swift on the high. But yeah, at the end of the day, very, very good job. Deontay to Chiefs before deadline. I don't think Deontay's getting traded, but set at running back. Najee for Tank. Definitely take Najee for Tank. Good trade at the end of the day. I think it worked out well for you. It's a lot lower risk, but I think Mahomes is going to blow up. Trade T for Addison or round 15 keeper Tank Dell. Give me Tank Dell all day long. Love Tank Dell. I'm buying Tank Dell everywhere. Would you rather have Allen, Kincaid, and Jacobs or Stroud, Kelsey, Bijan? Give me, that's close, bro. Stroud, Kelsey, Bijan. But that's really close. I've got Allen. That's close. Really close. Allen, Kincaid, Jacobs. Give me Stroud, Kelsey, Bijan. That's close. I waver a little bit, but I'm going to take that Kelsey side. Woo. You starting Carr versus KC or Geno versus the Giants? I'm going to start Geno, to be honest. But, arguable for sure. Allen, Bijan, Mason, Davante Smith, I think. Reek. Is that Davante Adams? Davante Adams? Or is that Devon Achane? Sometimes you got to spell it wrong, so I'm not sure. I think it's probably Achane. Without the apostrophe, I didn't know. Okay. Bijan, Mason, Achane, Reek, Devontae Smith, Godwin. Here we go again with the $199 hauler trying to ask a $20 question. Komet and any moves. I'm going to say I like this team. I'm not moving anything. Unless it's Godwin for I don't know. Godwin and Reek for Lamb. Godwin and Reek for JJ. Godwin and Reek for Jamar Chase type play. I would do that. I'm definitely using Godwin to upgrade if I can. If not, I like that team. I like everything else. How many production years does Adams have left? Productive years? You mean? I would say 1 if he's lucky. I would say mainly this year, and then maybe bits and pieces where he misses 2-3 games at a time next year. I don't know that he has a full healthy year next year. My bad, haha, was typing from Jupiter. Mahomes, Kelsey, Diggs, Godwin, Addison, Wandell, Lockett, Connor, Mason, Pollard, any trades. Thank you, Sultan. Appreciate you dropping a super chat. I would say with this team, bro, the only thing I'm looking to move is maybe you got Mason, CMC, Dobbins and Godwin for one player. James Cook, Dobbins and Godwin for MHJ, Dobbins and Godwin for one player. And, there's a handful. I'll probably do a buy low video tonight or tomorrow. I was going to do it tonight, but there's so much Adams news that we had to come live and do that. Appreciate you all. I'm out of here for now. I'll probably be back tonight with the buy low video. Appreciate every single one of you. You guys rock. If I missed anybody's super chat or botched it, don't fake this or I'll know and I won't answer your question or any of your future questions. In the chat, put a bunch of cell phone or a bunch of dollar emojis and say, Smitty, you missed it, whatever, here's my question, and I will answer it for you. I'm sorry if I've messed up any of them. It's hard to get through 100 super chats plus and not mess up or read something and sidetrack, okay? Worthy or Brian Thomas Jr. rest of season? Give me Worthy all day long, baby. Worthy all day long. All right, here's the last super chat, and then I'm out of here. Chef says, looking to move London and McLaurin. If I package both, what wide receiver should I target? London and McLaurin? I don't know anybody's going to give you. Try MHJ. Try Mike Evans. Don't think you're going to get a St. Brown or anything like that, but you could try DK. Probably can't do that now. MHJ. AJB injured, maybe. Yeah. Debo. Yeah. All right. Until tonight, probably. See you all later. If I hit the M button and you drop a super chat at the end, you got to put it in the comments. You got to retype it in the comments after. Hertz, Hall, JT, Allen, Dobbins, Neighbors, Nico, BTJ, Reed, McConkey, Cup. Any moves? Probably say, bro, I'm standing down with this unless I'm keeping Nico and Neighbors. I'm keeping Reed. I love this team. Maybe Dobbins and Reed for like a Bijan or an Achan or something like that. You know, a JJ or Jamar Chase or you're not going to get that for Dobbins and Reed, but like I'd consider maybe. Yeah, no, don't do this. Don't do the. I was going to say something for Chase and JJ, but you know what? Keep everything you have. Dobbins and Reed or Dobbins and BTJ for a MHJ, Mike Evans, Achan, Bijan type of player. I also like James Cook as a buy low. I'm out of here. Guys, you're running the... If you drop a super chat and I don't get to it, you got to put it in the comments. Last one. Murray, Chase Brown, Kirk, Worthy, Charbonnet, Dowdle. I don't know what you're asking me here, bro. Oh, it's a question. Or. You're smashing it in here. Murray, Chase Brown, Kirk, or Worthy, Charbonnet, Dowdle. I don't know what your QB situation is, bro. I assume it's good. And if it is, then I guess I would say give me Worthy and Sharbs. But, I mean, if you're downgrading your QB quite a bit, then it's a tough one. Appreciate you all. If for any reason you guys drop a super chat while I'm walking out here, you got to put it in the comments. You got to retype it in the comments. All right, won't see it.
There are 2 5s? JD 5? AR 5? There can't be.
Oh, no. They're gonna cross streams.
Oops. Well, damn. He's a fragile Freddy.
He's a 5. JD5 is the only 5. JD5 is him, and now all can see. He graduated from Himothy University. Unleash the Washington Kraken. JD5 to Saturn
and beyond.
To Saturn
and beyond.
Supernova.
Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday. Also live additionally when big news breaks, like the Adams stuff. And I should be back tonight for a buy low show. See you all later.